Welcome back to the 318 Will Run channel. I got some information I want to pass on to you. It's something that I've seen discussed now and then. And what I have here is a little mock-up. We're going to pretend this is a 318 two-barrel intake. So on this side of the 318, I got the original exhaust manifold from the van right behind me. And of course over here I got the headers. If you follow the channel even a little bit, you saw I put headers on this, not because I'm trying to make it fast. I put headers on it because I needed to run my own dual exhaust on it because the one was getting aged, shall we say. I'm aging too. We just got back from the No Name Nationals 2023, the second ever, and we did learn something, and I'm going to share that with you now. We put the headers on not for performance. We put them on because I needed to run new exhaust, and I see this question: are headers a difference on a stock 318 two-barrel? Is it worth your trouble? Should you do it? Now I'm just going to report to you my findings. Last year in 2022 at the No Name Nationals, same track, Sikeston, Missouri, my best run was an 11:17 in the 8th mile at 62 mile an hour, just over 62 mile an hour. This year it was hotter, more humid. The air quality wasn't as good, so between the two dates, it would have favored the exhaust manifold, the factory manifold, versus the header. But I still gonna report to you what I found. And this year, the 60-foot time did not change. Both 60-foot times were really slow, 2.5, and that's okay. But here's the part that should be made known. My best time this year was a 10:92. That's exactly 2.5 tenths faster than last year with worse weather. Air quality, I mean. So, and my speed went from 62 point whatever to every run was over 64 mile an hour. So in the 8th mile, I gained 2.5 tenths and 2 mile an hour. I'm sure if it had been a quarter mile, it would have been at least 3.5 tenths, maybe 4, and at least 3 mile an hour. So, to be fair, I had this tuned last year with my race with Adam at the Hoosier Garage, another nice van just like this one. I tuned this setup to perform the best as it was set up. So to make it fair, when I put the headers on, I would do this anyway. I took the carburetor apart, cleaned it, and I raised the metering rods just a little bit to richen it up just a hair, and I cleaned the inside of the jets out. And how I did that is I found a drill that would go in there if I barely pushed, and then I spun the drill and just cleaned it shiny. So maybe I went up 1 jet size plus raised up the metering rods just a tad to match the flow. It wasn't just manifold and header. I also went from dual exhaust of this pipe, which is about 1 7/8, to 2 1/4 on this side. So not single exhaust. I didn't go from single exhaust and catalytic converter and all the other small stuff. I went from an exhaust manifold with dual exhaust to headers and dual exhaust, but I went to headers and a 2 1/4 inch pipe. I dropped 2.5 tenths exactly on a hotter day. So there's a chance if this would have been on there last year, it might have ran a 1088 or something with the weather difference. As you can see, my dial in, it's getting washed off by the rain shower. It's fallen out, but it was 1092. You can look at the videos. As far as gas mileage, guys, I can't say I went out there and absolutely checked it. I probably should have, but I was getting about the same mileage per tank as I was before. So If you got a 318 two barrel and somebody says you ain't gaining nothing by going to headers, I did. My experience, and always has been my experience, on this van, I dropped what I told you I dropped. And I just think, and that's going from dual exhaust to headers. So I already had the dual exhaust. I just think that's good information. I see this a lot on the For A Bodies Only website. People, is it worth headers? So it's up to you. If you got a Dart or a Duster and you don't want all the hassle, I understand that. Or if you just don't want the header issues, that go along with the headers, the heat or just whatever your reasons are, it don't make no difference to me. But if somebody really wants to know if I put headers on a 318 two barrel, do I expect any gain? You should. I did. Again, you got to tune it to the headers because you're adding a lot more flow. But I just thought I would report a real life test. I hope this helps somebody that's thinking about it, gives you a little bit of information. It's what it did on this Stone Stock 318 two barrel. It's what I gained out of it. So I'm talking 3.5, 4/10 and a quarter mile, maybe 3 miles an hour, if that's anything to you at all. Till next time, I'll have a video coming out of my version, our version of the No Name Nationals and what happened. Coming up soon. Till then, be safe.
So Bull Boys up against 318 Will Run. And this man can move around. Not only is it his race car, it's also his transportation to and from the event, as well as the place where he can sleep in between rounds. That's a really good. Here's the 318 Will Run machine. And the Juray Racing Plymouth Duster.